Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I'm coming to you from my home here in Cave Junction, Oregon. The subject I should like to discuss with you is spiritual liberation or political enslavement. It's all up to you. It is a letter to a man named James who asked the question of how to rescind one's driver's license and the current status with the satanic government and return to one's state of true sovereignty. As I speak and write to James, I speak and write to each of you, reading and listening to this sound file. James, I cannot tell you or others specifically what to do concerning the methods used with respect to one's return to sovereignty, that is, playing the fictional lawyer game of color of law. I can only tell you what I have done. I, for one, no longer engage nor concern myself with the satanic legal system. I put that to the test, and put my life in the hands of God, infinite intelligence, with my 2 combined hunger strikes of 55 days, protesting my kidnapping and being held hostage by the state for the presumed crimes of another. It brought me to the brink of death, and that is what broke the spell, the satanic illusion woven by the courts. Although they convicted the fictional juristic person in both trials, they threw this living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient, natural man out of their Josephine County, Oregon jail, and dumped me off to the curb of the emergency room at 3 Rivers Hospital in Grants Pass, Oregon. Since that day, they will not arrest me, nor will they take me before a judge. That was the degree of my test, and I passed it. Such was my reliance upon the hand of God, which had guided me throughout my horrific ordeal. I now merely stand on my God-given, truth-bestowed, God's law, which is do no harm, my unalienable rights and common law, and demand the fictional courts prove jurisdiction over this living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient, sovereign man. The courts cannot answer the question. They will not answer the question, for if they did, the satanic illusion which allows them to operate in such a positive-imaged but vicious and devastating, soul-destroying fashion would evaporate in the blink of an eye. The power of Satan, the power of the system, is granted limited power by God, infinite intelligence, in order to teach and test mankind of their true spiritual nature. It is harsh. It is brutal. It is unfair. Such is the gauntlet that all men and women who are born into this world must walk in order to learn the lessons that life has to teach. Knowledge, as regarded by conditioned civilized man, is founded in intellectually based ignorance, which is partial, dualistic, opposition-based fragmented thought. One must come to understand that partial knowledge is the way of Satan. Holistic understanding, which is the direct perception of non-dualistic truth, via divine awareness, is the way of God. Truth is God. It is holistic, holy. The idea of truth is Satan, partial, fragmented, unholy, posing as God, the whole. One must come to discern the difference in energy, resonance within the each, and allow the non-dualistic vibratory essence of the truth of God to guide one in navigating them throughout the twisting, turning corridors of the maze that is life. How does one do that? Keep in mind that talk is cheap. It dabbles with illusion. Actions are not. They deal with fact, with truth. From this moment forward in your lives, never tell another lie. The lie is satanic. The lie is subtle or gross, such as reflected in our satanic judicial system. Once seduced, or seducing another through lies, one has condemned themselves, has bound themselves into the service of hell by modern-day Pharisees and Sadducees, the lawyers, the judges of our time. I realize this does not directly address your question at the level that it was asked, but living in truth is the answer to resolving all of the problems of civilized societies on Earth, regardless of their geographical locations on this globe. All the answers you seek are on my website links. See www.arkenterprises.com. Indeed, it is a formidable task for one to extricate the essence of truth from the mountain of material that one must wade through. It is satanic doubt which prevents anyone from starting on such an arduous task. However, understanding cannot be reached without the grace of divine intelligence, God, overcoming such satanic thoughts. Your task is no different than that of nature's bee, who flits from flower to flower to remove the precious pollen which germinates life in the plant kingdom. A seemingly enormous task, but a doable one. If you are serious about transcending the present hell which binds you, you will be guided by instinct into which articles to read, and in what order. This is called intelligence, God-given intelligence. Unfortunately, most people want the solution given to them on a silver platter, one that they can judge and accept or reject as they play act under the illusion they are God, a deception promised them by Satan, the petty god of thought. My writings do not arise from memory-based thought. My writings come when I am moved to write, sometimes in a rush, sometimes very slowly and intermittently. I am not a performer. I am not an entertainer. I am not a leader. I am merely a man who has understood what it means to live in peace and share that with my intellectually conflicted brothers and sisters. James, I hope this satisfies your request, for it is all that I have to offer. Your freedom, or your continued thought through enslavement, is entirely up to you.